Good morning, guys, and guys, welcome to Uptober. So far, Uptober has been looking pretty up. Let's take a look at a few coins here. SHIB. I'm gonna release a new indicator to you guys today visually here. It's not available for purchase or anything like that, so I'm not gonna sales pitch you or anything like that. I'm gonna actually show you guys some data. You can see it here, and I'll explain it more. SHIB, XLM up 3%. Cardano up 3.5%, XRP up just over 1%, and then XLM trying to push past 3% this morning, and we have very nice volume here. So guys, I'm going to share this more in the future forecast tomorrow morning. We're going to be using this within our membership. All of our members will be able to see this data every Tuesday and Friday. That link is in the description if you guys would like to watch this metric weekly. I've been coding indicators, guys, for literally a decade, 10 years, almost exactly 10 years. And the indicator that I've always wanted to build is this indicator. It was not possible until TradingView went to PineScript 5 and beyond, actually, PineScript 6, and AI implementation. So what we've got here is something that I love. This is Bitcoin that we're looking at. We are now able to see what we call volume bubbles. And this is true, not guessing, because with past PineScript and past indicators, you were kind of guessing using indicators like money flow index, you're kind of like RSI, obviously volume. But what this indicator does is it actually pulls the exact volume from the API of the exchange. And so without any guessing, we know where the whales are buying. Now, here's something significant that you guys need to understand about volume. Volume doesn't always happen on big candles. And I'm going to bring this all into an analysis today of where I think Bitcoin's going, because you need to see where this leads us going forward. Okay. Many people think that volume is associated with large candles. Case in point, this candle here does not actually have a lot of buying volume. Where was the most volume? It was on the candle previously. This is called hidden whale volume. Just because a candle looks like a skyscraper or the Khalifa, in Dubai, it does not mean that that has the most buying volume. It sometimes just means that there were less sellers and the price just kept going up because you had your buyers outbid your sellers during that duration of time. But when you see a candle that's small and you have a lot of volume that went through it with a volume bubble here, this tells us that the whales are pushing price in that direction. It's hidden. You can't see it on the chart here because everyone's looking for big candles. In retail, they say, oh, volume confirmation upon the big candle, that's what I'm getting in. And then you come in here and you actually lose 50% of the trade. You needed to get in before that actually happened. Let me case in point again. The volume went through on Bitcoin, not on the big candle here, although it had some, not on this one. It went through, guys, actually on the smallest candle. That volume candle was right here. That got you into a trade that was about 39.74% more in profit that you would have been able to capture if you actually saw where the whales were buying with this data. It's tricky, isn't it? If you don't have this, you're like, well, the big candle's the volume. No, that's absolutely not true. Take a look at this. So I thought this. I was like, okay, I got to take this to another level. Let's actually code in to see what the actual volume is on each candle. And we can see this for true data purposes. This candle here has 752.8 thousand Bitcoin in it. Purchases, okay? Volume. We're talking about volume here. Now look at this. This has 1.137 million. So we've got a whole lot more here on this candle than we do here. Okay, do you see where it says million versus K? So like significant amount more volume. What you can do as a retail trader is say, should I get in on this run? Well, I don't want to be a financial advisor, so I'm going to be careful. I personally like following where institutions are placing their money, because they're probably not in the market of losing money. So if I'm entering in on a trade and I'm going to say, okay, is this a continuation? Well, I'm probably going to get in on the candle that has 1.1 million Bitcoin bought on that single candle versus one down here that has 616K or 566K. It's a great entry, but the continuation is very clear here. Going back to this candle that we saw, actually, let me come back over to the chart right here. This one, you guys can see 385,000 Bitcoin. 562,000 Bitcoin were bought on a single small candle. That is continuation. And there's not a single red bubble in sight. A red bubble shows up like that. Those are red bubbles right there. Okay, let me bring this down to the weekly because this will make a little bit more sense. Let's take a look at this. On the weekly time frame, we've got something, and again, look here, you can see on this candle, what I've done at the bottom of the wick of the candle, you will see the volume metric visually by being either a solid background that is very large, the big bubble, or they're going to be smaller and less transparent. Basically, less volume, more volume. Very simple on the eyes, okay? When Wells bought this, this tells me that they're using this as a support line, and price is probably going to head back up here. Because if you take a look at this, this is so awesome. Look at the selling power. 80.722K sell. Okay, I'm just gonna make this simple. 80,000 Bitcoin were sold here. But on this candle, you have, sorry, come here, you have 130K. So you have close to 50,000 more Bitcoin bought on the candle right next to it in the opposite direction. What's probably going to happen is you are going to squeeze all of these traders here because volume is coming back in to squeeze these guys. Now, I thought, okay, this would be kind of cool if we could actually see where squeezes on liquidity can be found. And so that's what I did. I did volume squeezes. So volume squeezes are going to show us where large institutions, 136,000, basically 137,000 Bitcoin sold on this candle here, followed by another 111,000 Bitcoin on two candles. So if you draw this line here, you now know where all of these whales are going to get squeezed, because when price moves past this, they're going to be forced to close their positions. And because the candles were so low here and price didn't actually appreciate too much further to the downside right here, it stalled. And these guys with 94,000 Bitcoin came in and started squeezing all of these guys right here. And look at this. If you add 94,000 plus 72,000, you start squeezing out everyone who went short. And that's why I believe the market went up right here. It wasn't because of an RSI oscillator, a MACD oscillator. No, it strictly comes down to volume. Are whales buying or selling more on individual candles? This is why I love this, guys, because there's no fake, like oscillators are pinned within a range and you say, okay, it's low, we're going to buy. The thing is that those can cause divergence. It's not accurate. The only thing that's truly accurate to trading is volume. That's it. It's the only thing that's true. And when you can find short squeezes like this tells you when the market can go back up. Okay. Let's get to the point here because I want to bring us to the analysis of where we're currently at, and then like I said, tomorrow we're going to go over this on some multiple coins, which I think you guys are really going to like, and I'll throw in XRP and XLM in there as well. Okay, let me say that for a second. I'll just show you this to you guys. What we're dealing with right now is that short squeeze. So let's just be really honest here. Let's not guess. I'll give you the facts. On this candle, 67.7 thousand Bitcoin were sold on this candle right there. All right. What's happening is we are competing with 49,000 Bitcoin being bought on this candle here, and we're trying to short squeeze. This level here is where everybody who sold here is getting short squeezed right now. So as long as we can hold this, and what I'm really looking for, guys, is I'm looking for another volume bubble to show up under this here. If we don't get another volume bubble, it's a little bit more of just a weak move, and we'll probably turn over, and then I think we'll move back to the upside. But what I'm watching for here, and what I can do, and what I've been doing, is dropping down on the daily time frame and saying, all right, what about the daily? And the daily time frame had a pretty significant 9,000 Bitcoin bought on this daily candle, and we have been seeing this increase here. So as we've increased, we've been coming back up here, and we've been taking out the shorts. So far, let me get back to the weekly here. I do believe we have a launch pad here where we can take off, but I'm watching specifically on the weekly time frame, can we get volume confirmation in here? Okay, last little piece here that I think you guys will enjoy, because the only other piece, I was like going to bed and I was like, no, there's something else I'm missing here. And the only other thing I felt like we were missing that I was able to code in here, and that we'll watch this, guys, tomorrow on the future forecast, is looking at different size bubbles here. And so let me come here, let me adjust this chart to auto, and then we can actually see this. I thought if we get a bubble that has a larger normal reading, which is we need to pay attention to, we need to see how the market reacted in the past. And so what I've done is I've allowed us to look at the different sizes of volume and say, okay, when this bubble has shown up in the past, what has price action done? Because with indicators, and I probably know this more than anyone just coding them for so long, is that an indicator looks good, but you don't know the confidence score of the reading. The best way to have confidence of an indicator is to actually go back and say, how has price reacted to this metric reading in the past? And what's interesting is here, you can just turn on all of the normal bubbles. I've called them normal, and these are large. You can see how prices reacted to it. Like, price goes up when we get these levels in the market with volume. And if it's not going up, it's usually marking lows in the market where we can see wells accumulating before price appreciates even further. We can see all this right here. So it's just a metric that I feel like is an absolute game changer. And I haven't even gone over this part because I'm not going to go over these individual coins. But if you look at what happened on XLM, oh man, guys, if you followed the selling volume bubble on XLM, you would have gotten out at the top. The exact top. I couldn't even see the data because it was hidden. I'm telling you guys, this is hidden data. You don't think that this candle here has the highest amount of selling power. You would have thought this candle does here because it's a larger candle. It's not true. It's hidden behind the candle. And once you have this data, you can actually see it. So I am so grateful, honestly, that we've been able to code this. We eventually will be giving this out for purchase to the public, but we're just keeping this in the membership for now. I don't even have a product page up. It's that fresh. But I wanted to come on here and explain it to you guys. I do think we are going to push through this, and we are going to short squeeze everyone here. And what I'm actually just watching for, and I'll end this here, I don't need to make this very long, is you just simply do the mathematics on this. Look at how many people sold here. About 67.7. I'm looking for the buy volume, so 50,000 and 67. We're still 17,000 points of volume away from really giving me some confirmation that we're going to keep pushing up here. I know price is already pushed, but you can get fake out sometimes. Volume confirmation is what you need when you get to resistances, because it's either going to be a double top, drop back down, or if it's a double top and there's volume on that push up past resistance that's higher than the selling power that created the left point of that double top, that's how you usually know that price can appreciate upwards, and you're on the right side of the trade because institutions' hands are shown to you right here. When retail traders use leverage, you show your hand to the institutions. When we have this data, we get to see where the whales are. That's the significance of this, and it is incredibly powerful to not have them hide behind candles anymore. You can actually just see it clearly on the chart. So anyways, guys, you can probably tell I'm excited here. We're going to be sharing this with all of our members every Tuesday and Friday. So guys, we don't have it for sale yet. We probably will sometime, I don't know, maybe in the next couple weeks. But if you guys want to follow along with this, just get a membership at tradeconfident.io. It's not expensive. We charge $65 a month. We're going to give you guys 25% off the first month anyway, so it's about $49. And then every future forecast we do, we will be having this indicator clearly on every single one of these, showing you guys where the exit points are for XLM, Cardano, SHIB, Solana, XRP, and then we'll even actually use this on the dominance charts and stablecoin charts so we can see where whales are pushing their money into stablecoins, because that's going to be one of the metrics we use to get out of the market before the cliff comes for the bear market. So game changer for those of you guys who have a membership and those of you guys who are signing up. That's in the description. I will explain more tomorrow in the future forecast. It will come out right on the front page right here tomorrow morning. And you guys will be able to see this indicator, and eventually we will have this for purchase, but it's just not available yet. So I love you guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the future forecast tomorrow morning. I would not miss this. All right, bye guys.